What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine.
And I'm still James.
And we have an epic movie review for y'all today. We are reviewing Red Notice, #1 on Netflix. They jumped to #1 pretty quick. It's starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds in a I'm about to say a heist caper movie with a little adventure and action and excitement, right?
Just a good old fun caper.
Yeah. So we're gonna review that, but before we do that, we got an intro. That's a problem. Oh, so sorry about that. All right, so we have returned. Red Notice, like I said, it's a adventure. It's kind of like what's that movie with Nicolas Cage?
National Treasure.
Yeah, it's got a little National Treasure, very much so vibe to it. It's like if you like that, you're probably gonna like this. But I think National Treasure was a little better.
Yeah.
But we
a little
got
more heart.
right. We got star power here, and it was kind of like Rock was kind of sleepwalking, and I
Yeah.
think it was kind of like we got this is when you get 3 stars and you're like, hey, let's do a movie.
It's
Which,
always somebody's movie.
Yeah, and it's like basically we don't have a for real script. Let's just borrow from other movies. But since we got you guys, y'all gonna kind of make it kind of cool.
It's
Put
like,
your
I
own
need
spin
you to
on
do
it.
what you do. I need you to do what you do. And I need you to do what you do.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
all it was.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch this trailer and get it so anybody who hasn't seen it yet can get an idea what the movie look like, and then we'll be back with our full review.
Special Agent John Hartley, FBI. Been tracking your scores for a while now. Every city, every heist. Now that you've been tagged with red notices, you've become the world's most wanted.
I'm getting rid of Jordan. All right, that's our trailer. And guess what? I'm saying this live on the channel. Charter, you're done. I'm sorry, Spectrum, you're done. I'm going with AT&T. I said you heard it here, folks. I'm tired of this. I had enough. It cost it just the bill goes up every month for like no reason. Oh, we sent you a letter 3 months ago. It was like a 5-page letter. In the last page, we told you why we went up. It's like, you think I'm gonna read a 5-page letter from you? Let's continue with the review.
Yes. Alienating potential sponsors aside.
So potential sponsors.
Like that'll ever happen.
But so yes, Red Notice was like a heist caper movie, starring those people right there.
Yeah.
And
Y'all know 'em.
yeah. This movie probably pretty much what I thought it was. My expectations was low. You know, looking for that trailer, which we can not finish watching.
Yeah.
The Rock got a big neck.
Yeah, because like I was watching the movie, I'm like, why is he always wearing stuff that accentuates how thick his neck is? Like,
I don't know what exercises he be doing, but damn.
because I remember like hearing once, it's like from a style consultant, it's like if you got like a broad chest and a short thick neck, you shouldn't wear turtlenecks because they make your neck disappear. And I'm like,
I just had to have that turtleneck
like
on with
the
that
Rock
jacket.
the
leather jacket and
turtlenecks
turtleneck.
and leather. That's his shit, man. He loves that. Like, I think he probably saw his daddy wearing that shit growing up. He's like, yeah, that's cool. I want
In
that.
the 70s.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I know my old man did like leather jackets and cowboy boots. Like, and up until I was like 12, I was like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody parents their hero.
Yeah. But yeah, The Rock is just doing his daddy proud here.
Right. So The Rock is an FBI agent, and what's his name? Ryan Reynolds is a thief. Now, Ryan Reynolds is doing his thing.
Yeah.
The same
Just
Ryan Reynolds Stick.
If you've seen any of his movies, that's what he is.
He had somewhat of a script, but I'm sure he went off script on a lot of stuff.
Of course he did.
Or he just wrote his own dialogue.
Like there was a couple of times where stuff happened off of stuff he said. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there was a key word in that sentence that like they know once he says that's when they start doing their thing. Because like he's clearly riffing.
Yeah. Not just that, first he's always doing it. He's Deadpool without the mask on. It's like, can you be different here?
Like, because that's the thing. It's like it's kind of the same thing with like Tom Cruise, right? Where it's like in Will Smith, after a certain point, they stop acting and they just play
But you
themselves.
know what? They somewhat do something different when they play different characters in different movies. Ryan Reynolds do the same thing. He just he crack jokes at inappropriate times, or every time it's a response, it's always a joke.
Yeah,
always a joke, and that's the kind of person that would just drive you nuts.
Well, it's like,
you don't stop.
And like I probably would be. I don't even know if I would be more or less mad at it if I didn't know that that's just him.
But see, the thing is, okay,
like it's a slightly elevated version of him, but that's him.
Yeah, true. And then you got Gal Gadot, just being sexy.
Like sexy and charismatic.
Sexy, right, with that her accent and just her beautiful self.
Yeah.
You know what? After hearing her, I was like, you know what? Gal Gadot probably would make a good villain.
Yeah. You know what? I think everyone needs to take a turn as a villain.
Yeah.
Like just to see if you got it in you.
Yeah.
You know, and she's got it.
Yeah. Just the accent, just her sexuality, like
being able
she can pull off.
Being able to thread the needle between smug and self-assured.
Right. Yeah, she can pull it off, no doubt. But so, those are your characters. So you got Gal Gadot is a thief. So basically, Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot are the two top thieves.
Yeah.
And they still like, high price art and stuff like that. Excuse me. But the first, so we start off, and of course, The Rock showed he was a FBI agent or whatever, and
a behavioral analysis.
Well, dude,
I love
they looked at it like,
the second he said it, they're
right? He's like, yeah, looks so deceiving or whatever. Like man, you ain't no behavioral.
You don't
nothing.
look like a behavior. Yeah, I get that a lot. I wonder why.
Even the FBI would tell you, hey man, skip a day to going to the gym because you stand out. You stand out.
One, it's not necessary. And two, you're drawing unnecessary attention.
Well, when you 6'5", 300 all muscle with that neck,
and then
you gonna be the biggest person in the room.
Yeah.
Like unless you in the dressing room at a pro wrestling.
Yeah.
But other than that, you the biggest person in the room. And then I'm an FBI profile. What?
Why?
Dude said you don't look like one.
It's like, why would the man who becomes this be a profile? Like, no one becomes all of that to sit behind a desk and read through.
You ain't even got time.
No.
You ain't got time to study because you're going to be at the gym every damn day.
Like, too busy crushing, getting them gains. When was I supposed to crack a book?
Right. So, yeah. Putting that aside, if you can believe that Rock is an FBI behavioral analysis guy.
I love that. That's one thing I do love about this movie. The very first thing they ask you to suspend your disbelief on is that The Rock is anything but an action hero.
I know. But I'm also a badass. So, anyway, once they get past that, they had the first little heist. I guess they got this thing where, they got to steal. It's supposed to be like three artifacts or three whatever.
They're like Fabergé eggs.
Right. And so the first one, once that gets stolen, I mean, the whole time, when they did it, it was like, that's a little too easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, I know, now we got a little parkour chasing going on, whatever. And that's cool, but I'm like, how, it seems like it almost like he took it when nobody was looking or something.
Yeah. Well, because like, that's the thing is like, everybody's looking at it, and like by the time they get there, he's already swapped it out.
Right. And I'm like, okay, cool, but how did you do this? Whatever. It was kind of like on what's that movie we did? The Army of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
Where I was like, okay, y'all
how?
Yeah, y'all not. Y'all toning down the security a lot just so they can, have this or whatever. So it was cool. It led to a cool little chase, but at some point you got to suspend your disbelief on okay, it wouldn't. If this is so valuable, why would they just have it sitting there like that?
Like no display case.
Right. It was out. It was open.
Yeah.
Anybody could touch it. Anybody could just ran and grabbed it. You know, they probably would have got tackled or whatever.
No
but,
pressure sensor to say like, oh, the thing moved. It's not supposed to do that.
Right. So anyway, it led to a little parkour chase that was kind of cool. It's just, it had this one part where Ryan Reynolds jumped through this little small opening, and the Rock came up there, and then he looked like, well, let me see you try to do that. I thought he was just gonna run through it.
like I can see that moment in my head. I'm like, I know exactly how it would have played out if he did like this. Oh damn! And then,
right.
Like,
because I remember a similar scene which was actually better, but on Casino Royale, where he was chasing a parkour guy and he was just like jumping through a little small, and then he just like boom, he just running, he just bust through the wall.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that. I'm still gonna catch your ass. But yeah, it didn't go like that.
No.
It was kind of fun.
though it was a night. Like I will say, it was a little drawn out, but it was well done.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wasn't mad at that scene at all.
Yeah.
Especially the way they ended it.
Right. So this movie start off as a heist, kind of a heist movie, right?
Yeah.
Then, well, so you said they copied off other movies. Then they turned into
Lethal Weapon.
You said Lethal Weapon?
Yeah.
Well, they did the buddy cop formula,
Yeah.
but we don't get along. It turns to Hobbs and Shaw. It
Yeah.
turns into Black Widow.
But
It
exactly
turned into all the movies that came out in the past year or two. It turned into those.
Like
the helicopter scene from Black Widow,
Yes.
escaping from a Russian jail. Exactly
Yeah.
the same.
Like, also, any movie where you've ever heard the phrase "we're not partners,"
Yeah.
just cram all those into this.
Yeah. So right, it borrowed from a lot of movies, and then just when we thought we was just cool, we got the little heist going. Like it's okay. It's like you be like, it's not the best heist, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
It went straight to streaming. I didn't expect. My expectations was low, so it's cool. It's kind of fun. Some
little
of Ryan
flick.
Reynolds' jokes was funny. I mean, to me, he always do too much. Like he'll just keep going. It's like even with Deadpool, it's like okay, enough. You
Yeah.
know. But some of it was funny. Caught me off guard. I laughed. You know, Rock was himself.
Yeah.
Gadot was
nothing
her
else.
sexy self, and it was all right. But I'll tell you what Gadot can't do is comedy. But we have to get back to that.
Yeah.
But because he tried to like say some jokes, and I was like, oh, that was a joke. Oh, oh, I was too busy gazing on your beauty. But no. But seriously, you know, it was like okay. Once it was a heist. Then it went to Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Right after, like, so in the middle of the movie where they could have just wrapped this up. They could give us that third act, like, right away, but they jumped into 2.5 act, then the third act. I was like, man, come on, man. This stuff turned into, hey, we need to go through a jungle and find the artifact and go into a Nazi mine and then get chased by Nazis. Really? Where have I seen that before?
Like, look, we're thieves. We're gonna go steal. Well, funny you should mention.
And Rock, swear to God, had the exact same outfit he have on Jumanji.
Yeah.
The exact with the fingerless gloves and everything.
He probably just kept that in his closet and just said
It was a
I've already-
different color, but it was the same
It's like,
freaking
you know
outfit.
what? You know what it is? It's like, look, we already have the test outfit from Jumanji. It's a different color, but it'll work. Like, why not?
We didn't need that though. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, hey, let's do and I bet you that's exactly what Uncharted gonna look like. It was like the third act of this movie, just basically Uncharted.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we
Yeah.
didn't need the going through the jungle and all that. Like, we was cool with the tech setting in the in the cities and stuff. They should just went to another hotel or whatever fortress or whatever that had a good security. I was cool for that for Act 3, but no, they decided to do Act 3 in the jungle.
It doesn't even feel like it belongs in the same movie, man.
It didn't, and it is like, yeah, that's too uneven. It didn't take me out enough because it wasn't too long, but it was already like you had a cool setting, and you changed your setting for no reason. But you know what it is what it is. They did they did the same Indiana Jones and what's that the second Temple of Doom. They did the same kind of chase, the mine chase. So I was like, okay, all right, whatever. It is what it is. I'm not gonna say what the twist was, but they had a twist at the end that it wasn't like surprising nobody. I mean, oh.
But like even the way they frame the twist when they do the like, let me show you how I got you.
Yeah,
it's like, well, like also
it wasn't nothing clever and cool. You know what I'm saying?
Like, also, that's not quite how that worked.
Right.
But okay,
it's like those twists. Hell, it's cool where if the audience is wondering, so how the hell did this person even do that?
Yeah.
You know, and
like,
then you go back and show it, but it really wasn't.
It wasn't even like that. It was just, here's some stuff that happened that you've already seen. Yeah. We're not even going to really reframe most of it. Like one of those scenes, they gave
you a little extra of you didn't see because something was said that we didn't hear the first time.
And it's like, but everything else was like, it's just, here's the thing you said, but now you're paying attention.
Yeah.
I always hate when they do that on reveals.
From a different point of view, this means something totally different.
Yeah. You know, it's like, because if you go back and watch those scenes, it's actually a different take of the scene where he's saying it with a little different, where someone's saying something with a little different inflection.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, don't do that.
Yeah. But no, I'll say this. I'm glad this went to streaming. It's an okay weekend flick. You know, you can sit back with your girl or whatever, watch it and enjoy it, a little bit of it, and you know, this is where it belongs. It's it had a lot of copying off this, that, and the other, but they got 3 charismatic actors that's pretty popular right now, and I wouldn't mind if they do more of this. Keep it on streaming, you know. Keep it on streaming, and you know I can enjoy that.
Because this would have been offensive in theaters.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, if you just copy movies and then just put the most popular actors at the time right now, like that's kind of that's insulting.
Yeah. You know, this is a great, like if you're cleaning around the house but you want to be entertained while you're doing it, like there's something to watch while you fold clothes. Like this does not need your full attention. Clothes. This does not need your full attention at all.
Right. It's a Netflix and chill movie. You know why? Because if you're trying to make something happen with your girl, fellas, trying to make something happen with your girl, put this on.
There is no excuse to be focused on the movie.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You put this on, they watch a little bit of it, and it's like this is kind of, they start teetering off, and then you can start making your move.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So I'm gonna give my rating, man. So yeah, Red Notice. It was. I'm gonna give it an okay, man. I'm gonna give it an all right. Okay, I'm gonna give it an all right, man. I ain't gonna say it wasn't whack. It copied off a lot of stuff, but I think it achieved its goal.
Yeah,
where it was for real, just copying off. I can name so many movies. What's it? National Treasure, Indiana Jones, Ocean's 11, all those movies, and it's perfect where it's at. Like I said, it's streaming, and you know, it entertained me enough, so I give it all right. Could have been worse. Well made, nice. It has some nice cinematography on some of the locations or whatever, but it's just an okay movie.
You know what?
That is my rating.
Think about it, this reminds me of some of those back when TNT used to make their own TV movies. You remember some of those, like The Librarian, stuff like that?
Those are a little more original than this, though.
Well, no, you're right. But I'm like, as far as like, if you weigh the content against the production value,
right?
It's like this has higher production value than that, but it doesn't have as much real content to it.
I also almost think that they didn't really write a script. They just kind of like
I don't
got
think they did.
And kind of like just kind of ad lib.
They did some set pieces like, okay, we want this location and this is going to happen. We go to this location, this is going to happen. Y'all fill up the air between that. But yeah, so it's like this is an all right movie. If it was in theaters, it'd be a whack.
Definitely.
But it's an all right movie. There's nothing wrong with it. It's it's all right. It's just
Right.
okay. You know, if you're watching this movie, you're not watching it because it's a great film. You're watching it because you want to see The Rock, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds play off each other.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, agreed. So it's where it belongs on Netflix. It's
Yeah.
number one. So not bad. Not the best, but not bad.
Yeah.
So that is our review for Red Notice. If anybody's still watching our video, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you get alerts every time we post new videos or if we live stream.
And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up before you leave, and feel free to drop a comment down below.
Yes, and we are out of here.
Peace.
Peace.